Both teams have come out on the field and are huddled up on the sidelines, warming up a little bit. We go now to Johnny Gibbs with our Southern State Bank isolated player of the game.
Well, Mike, I've selected the defensive line. I think I've covered almost all the areas with players, and we're going to be focused on the three men that are starting tonight. Byron Hunter, he's number 63, he's a senior. Junior Terrence Matlock, number 22, and sophomore Brandon Bradford, number 44. Also, Zach Henderson, number 74, if he's not going both ways, he will also be on the D-line. So these guys they've been playing better and better each game this year, and I'm focusing my attention on them tonight.
The Leopards are set to kick away. The ball is teed up at the 40-yard line. Leopards from our left to right. The kick is away and is going to be fielded near the 20-yard line, a low line drive. A little bit of running room now for the Badgers as they get the ball out near the 44-yard line, and that's where they will take over, 1st and 10.
Boy, like you say, Mike, that was a line drive, and 33 kind of bobbled it, but when he bobbled it, it was one of those situations sometimes you break down just a little bit, and he started upfield, and there was a hole, and he ran up through there for approximately 23, 24 yards, giving the Badgers excellent field position.
Well, he ran right up in the wedge, and that's what it takes to gain quite a few yards on the kickoff return.
The quarterback for the Badgers, number 4, Michael Digman, a 5'10", 185 senior, turns and pitches to his tailback, Donnie Block. Good run by Block as he is brought down near midfield, just shy.
Boy, he showed some speed there. It's we got our 33, our 22, and our 44 back out there, and that's Munzel Davis made a nice lateral move across there from his linebacker spot to stop the tailback, and the tailback looked like he's got some speed, guys.
2nd down and 5 from the Badger 48-yard line. Digman up under center. The pitch once again to the near side. A little bit of running room for Block as he is brought down about the Leopard 48-yard line. Going to be about 1.5 yards, 2 yards shy of the 1st down.
Johnny, that's student body left, student body right for averaging about a little over 4 yards a carry.
Ron, what they're doing is they're doing a quick pitch, and from the scout report, they're pulling their guard out there, and it's bringing an extra backer to block our linebackers. So they're getting a few chunks of yards each quick pitch.
3rd down and 2 now from the Leopard 48-yard line. Digman, the give to the fullback. Not much running room there.
Big old Rodney Hughes is right there finishing them off. Byron Hunter is in there, and Potts is in there, and it's one of those situations. Travis Potts and Rodney Hughes, John Skinner was in there, just a host of Leopards that basically he didn't get maybe a half a yard, looks like, with the spot. He may have lost a half a yard there. Hawkeye, what do you think?
I believe so. And, that's what it takes. On 3rd and short, that defensive line has to step up, and they sure did come through that time.
The Badgers now in punt formation. The Leopards not necessarily believing it as they walked Kevin Bryan up. However, the Badgers do kick it away, and it's going to take a Malvern roll as it bounds at the 20 back to about the 24, almost the 25-yard line, and the Leopards will take over there, 1st and 10.
I'm going to tell you something right there, guys. No big plays. To me, now that's a big series right there. They come out, make two nice runs on the first 2 times they catch, then we stop them. And now the Leopards have got the ball, and the offense sprinting out there like they're ready to go to work, Mike.
9:48 left in the 1st quarter. No score thus far. This is the Leopards' first possession of the ball game. The turn and the give to Cliff Morgan. Morgan wrapped up after a gain of about 2 yards. It's going to be 2nd down and 8 for the Leopards.
Malvern was in a one-back set where Cliff Morgan was trying to go off tackle, and there was 2 swarming defensive linemen for the Badgers stepped up into the hole, and looked like Cliff Morgan gained approximately 2 yards on the carry.
Adam Cordell brings the play in. Kyle Norris split to the far side. Cordell split to the near side. Motion for the Leopards. The pitch this time to Cliff Morgan. Flag on the play. Morgan's going to be brought down after a gain of about 1.5 yards.
It's nice to see Morgan be able to run on a dry field, because that was a sloppy field last week, and for no more rain than it was. I don't know how that field got so wet, but it was sloppy. It was muddy, sloppy out there, and how that little bitty shower did that, guys, I don't know.
Shades of
Greenwood.
The penalty is against the Leopards.
Yeah, our right guard moved on the play, and it was a 5-yard penalty.
Penalty moves the ball back to the 22-yard line. It's 2nd down and 13. Kevin Bryant into the game now for the Leopards, as they have a twin set to the far side, Bryant to the near side. Morgan in the backfield with Roberts out of shotgun, looking to throw. Now he's going to tuck it and run. Gets back past the 25, breaks a couple of tackles, out past the 30-yard line, and brought down at about the 34. Nice run by Jace Roberts.
Yeah, I tell you what, you'll never see a more determined run, a kid that's not going to quit. That's Jace Roberts on that run.
The gain is, as we said, out to the 34-yard line.
I tell you what, he looked downfield, and those guys were covered. The linebacker split to sprint to cover the zone, and Jace tucked it and ran. He kind of looked like Donovan McNabb on that play.
Not only that, he made a couple guys missed him, broke a tackle, and that's a good start for the junior quarterback.
Once again, a twin set to the far side for the Leopards. Split to the right side to give this time to Cliff Morgan. He's out across the 35 to the 37 for a Leopard first down.
You know, Johnny, they keep running those back and walking. They're walking their linebackers right up in there, almost look like an 8-man front. They keep walking them up there. We're going to pop one through, and it's going to be up to a safety to stop Cliff Morgan from going all the way.
And if they can, because Cliff Morgan is very fast. He's one of the faster guys on the team, and it's hard to bring down in the open field.
Kevin Hare, another senior, brings the play in for the Leopards. He goes split to the far side. Roberts turns and gives to Cliff Morgan, looking for some room to the outside, not finding any there. Gain of about 1 yard, a little bit right at 1 yard as he's brought down at the 40-yard line. It's going to be 2nd down and 9.
You know, nice play out there by number 12, the corner, Chris Knox. Sophomore came up there and turned the play right back in to help Johnny.
That's right. And, you know, Ron, what's going to happen is the Badgers are going to start bringing those linebackers up, cheating, you know, and defending the run, and Jace is just going to drop it right over their head for a big play like last week. We scored on a 35-yard touchdown by just a short pass through the middle.
Cordell and Norris in a twin set to the far side. Kevin Bryant to the near side. The throw to Bryant. It looked like that one either slipped out of Roberts' hands or it was tipped at the line of scrimmage.
Oh, I tell you what, KB was wide open across there. Then if he'd got that ball, he'd had a 1st and 10 plus a lot of yardage on that one, because he definitely had a ways to go.
Jace kind of rushed that throw. If he'd waited just another second, KB would have been split out in the open.
Big 3rd down 9 here, guys.
6:52 remaining in the first quarter. Still no score. The Leopards on their opening drive. The throw this time intended for, it looks like, number...
That's Kevin Bryant. Kevin was out there, but number 6 are
Justin Simmons.
Justin Simmons are big. What we did, we put Simmons in motion again, ran it through to clear out, and the problem with that one, Simmons and KB got just a little bit close together. The route wasn't quite cleared out. Well, now we got to punt, guys.
4th down and 9 for the Leopards. They're at their own 40-yard line. Adam Cordell set to punt for the Leopards. Low snap. He picks it up and gets this punt away. It's going to be fielded at about the 37-yard line, where the Badger takes a knee, and the Badgers once again with very good field position to start their second drive.
Ron, on that last pass pattern, the Badgers they came out in a zone. They dropped back in a zone to cover the pass, and the guy in motion was supposed to pull the linebacker out, and, you know, all they did is drop back in the zone, so nobody kind of was the decoy.
Good point.
Michael Digman back at quarterback for the Badgers. Turns and pitches the ball to his tailback, who's going to be brought down at about brought down at the 37. The referees are going to say that ball was dead back at the 37.
Well, I tell you what, he took a lick that time from old 63. Byron Hunter hit him, and he's down on the field. We got an injured Badger on the play. When he went through the line there, Hunter was right there and just absolutely put the pads on him.
I tell you what, Byron Hunter, he's been getting better every game this year, and I know we have not been calling him as much as a couple of the other ones, but he's gotten better each game, and it's showing tonight, and he is.
Well, it's just 63 and 64, and Hunter and Travis Potts. It's like every time you look up all year long, and we've talked about this, one of those two young men have been around the ball, and most of the time both of them are down at the bottom of the pile in that defensive line, and just a really, really nice Herculean effort, if you would, between these two young men.
We still have an injured Badger down on the field. We're going to take a quick break as they attend to him. No score here at Claude Mann, 6:23 left in the first. We're back after this. And we return to Claude Mann Stadium, where looks like the injured player was number 29, Dominic Block, the starting tailback. And we do have a new tailback in, a much larger tailback. I haven't picked up his number as of yet.
That might be
number 33. And we have flags on the play. And there is no 33 listed.
He's the up back that returned the kick right off the bat.
Yeah, so we don't know what. And also, they've got John Wayne Hughes, who's a senior wide receiver cornerback. Was he lined up at the it looked like he was lined up in the quarterback slot then, but I see number 4, Michael Digman's back out there now.
6:05 left here in the first quarter. Still no score. The Badgers on their second offensive drive. After the 5-yard penalty, it's 2nd down and 15. They give to the tailback, number 33, and he's going to gain yardage out to about the 36.
Looks like he got right back to the original line of scrimmage, so Badgers are faced with a 3rd and 10 here, and actually 3rd and 10 and a half, maybe 3rd and 11, Mike, and it's one of these situations. Leopards need to dig back in and make them punt again and just improve on that field position a little bit.
Number 33 is Bradley Hill.
Bradley Hill. Fortunately, we had the Badger coaches next door to us here. Johnny did the investigative work.
Back to pass.
Badgers looking to pass. Man somewhat open down the far sideline, but the pass is overthrown and out of bounds. So it's 4th down and 11 for Arkadelphia.
Sean Williams did a good job on the coverage over there on the corner. Sean's got plenty of speed, and he watched the ball. The nice thing I liked about that, then you can tell Sean had his eye on the ball all the way because he watched it, turned around, watched the ball as it went out of bounds, and that's one thing you've got to do as a cornerback. You got to find the ball. You got to keep your eye on it, and that was a good job of Sean.
Arkadelphia lining up in punt formation once again. 4th down and 11. 5 minutes, 11 seconds left here in the fourth quarter. No score. Leopards had the block on. Don't quite get there. KB calling for the fair catch. Fumbles it for a moment, catches it, and the Leopards take over near their own 30-yard line.
Well, it's close, guys. There's a 2-yard halo in high school or whatever, and they were into an awful close in on that, and I think it caused KB just a little bit of concern there, but he did. Took his time, watched the ball, and brought it in and huddled it in. 5:03, guys. Here we go.
Kevin Hare and Kyle Norris, the wideouts for the Leopards. Jace Roberts up under center. Turn and give to Cliff Morgan up the middle. Busts one tackle, gets out to about the 34. It's going to be 2nd down and 6 for the Leopards.
Good misdirection play where they faked the fullback going to the left side and turn around and give it Cliff Morgan, which runs to the right side, and it allowed those linebackers were keying on the fullback, and they were going towards the fullback side. So good gain of 3 or 4 yards on the play.
Kevin Bryant brings the play in for the Leopards. He goes split to the far side. Myron cross to the near side. Roberts looking for Bryant, and this one is knocked down at the line of scrimmage. It's going to be 3rd down, and they're calling it 7 for the Leopards.
You know, guys, couple weeks ago, we were bragging about the size of the contingent of people that came up here from Magnolia. Arkadelphia's brought a real nice crowd. There's a lot of blue, red, white, and blue over on the visiting side across there. Nice crowd from Arkadelphia.
Very good crowd for a cold Thursday night. 4:24 remaining in the first quarter. Still no score. Leopards with the football. Roberts looking to throw again. Throws an out pattern to Kevin Bryant. Bryant can't quite get there.
Looked like Bryant ran her down and in, and the ball was kind of thrown on her down and out. So it may be just a little bit of communication problem there. It's another 4th down for the Leopards, and Badgers have held.
Jace looked like he was throwing it away from the defenders, and you know that 10-yard curl pattern. I guess he read where he did not want to throw it through the defensive back, so I guess it's best to not throw it.
Better than
interception.
a white shirt. You're exactly right.
Adam Cordell takes the snap, gets off a good punt. This one's going to be fielded
Fumble
at the 36-yard line. Fumbled. Several Leopards and Badgers there. And the Badgers come up with it. Still good field position for Arkadelphia as they'll get to take over at their 37-yard line. Each team having a little bit of trouble now fielding those punts. I'm sure this cold weather isn't helping that at all.
You know, and the punts, both Cordell's and both the Arkadelphia kickers they've been high punts, and the coverage has been down there, and it's been one of those fair catches, and you know, you've got the opposition barreling in on you, you've got to concentrate and wrap it in. 5 left in the first quarter. We're still a tie, nothing.
Twin set to the far side for Arkadelphia. They give up the middle to the tailback, number 33, Bradley Hill. He fumbles it before he gets the line of scrimmage, but is able to gain control.
Well, I tell you what, it's good to see number 22 in there, Terrence Matlock. Terrence has been beat up, bruised up, but they tape him up, and old Terrence just goes in there and 22 sticks his nose in there and makes a big play.
Hey, our D-line, they're holding their own right now. They're not budging one bit.
3:40 remaining in the first. Still no score. Michael Digman looking to pass this time. Throws the in route. Almost picked off. Both Rodney Hughes and Sean Williams had a shot at that one. Sean nearly came up with it.
Guys, I've been watching Brandon Bradford. Brandon hadn't got any calls yet, but I want to tell you something. 44 out there at that defensive end, he's really causing some problems with their offense. He's backing them up. He's in there. Like I say, he hasn't got a call on a tackle yet, but he's sure pushing them back.
Coming out of the game for the Leopards, Byron Hunter looks like he's having a problem with his chin strap. Coming into the game for the Leopards is number 74, Zach Henderson.
Oh, Zach's going to get a little bit of defensive. The coaches want to play mainly a lot of offense tonight to kind of rest Zach because he's been doing so much going both ways. But I'm glad Zach's probably going to be happy to get out there and get a chance to hit somebody.
Michael Digman surveys the defense. Looking to throw to the far side, almost tackled in the backfield. Bradford on the chase. The pass is complete to the far side to about the 44-yard line. That's going to be shy of the first down, and it will be 4th down and about 3 for Arkadelphia.
Well, I tell you what, guys, Kevin Bryant come flying up there from his safety spot, made a sure tackle because the receiver turned around to catch the ball. Looked like he's going to do a 360 start up field. And Johnny, when he turned around, there was KB. Number 2 was all over him.
Yeah, there was a host of Leopards over there keeping that receiver from getting over on the first down marker. You know, he turned around and he was immediately hit by at least 2 or 3, and definitely KB was leading the pack.
Badgers are going to go for it on 4th and 3, Mike.
4th down and 3, 2:42 remaining in the first quarter.
That's right.
The delayed count there by Arkadelphia gets a Malvern player to jump. Flag goes down, and the penalty will give Arkadelphia the first down.
That's one thing that you always look for. You always, you know, on a 4th and short, watch that hard count by that quarterback, and the Arkadelphia kid did an awful good job of bobbing his head that time. But anyway, it was a hard count.
Well, that's, you know, really not much use for that. I mean, no, honestly, because that's the play you look for on 4th in anything less than 5.
All you do is watch the ball, and when the ball moves, you move.
New line for Arkadelphia, 1st and 10 at their own 49. Digman looking to throw once again, throws to the far side. Pass knocked down.
Wow.
By Rodney Hughes.
Not only that, somebody tipped at the line, Johnny, and I didn't see who it was.
I think it was Rodney Hughes at the line, and then Sean Williams batted it down before it got to the receiver. So, I mean, 2 deflections on that play.
Nice defensive play by the Leopards on that one.
I tell you what, we're reading those flat routes that they're, those quick curls out there in the flat, and our linebackers and D-backs are reading it really well.
Twins left, split right for Arkadelphia. Digman looking to throw once again, looking to the near side.
Wow.
Pass incomplete, and Kevin Bryant was there in case the receiver came up with it. It was number 10. John Wayne Hughes, and he didn't look much like John Wayne on that play.
I think John Wayne they thought it was a horse coming, but actually it was Rodney Hughes bearing down on him like a laser. I mean, he was like just coming like a rocket at him. Big 3rd down here for the Leopards, guys, 3rd and 10.
Digman with receivers to either side, looking to throw. Now it's a draw play. Bradley Hill brought down just across midfield by Travis Potts.
Travis Potts right there. It's just old 64, it's from his middle linebacker spot. Stepped up in there, Johnny, almost like one of those defensive linemen. You could almost give that to your key players there because he was really in there.
Hey, that's what you have to do when you're a linebacker situation, or I think he was at middle linebacker, wasn't he?
Yeah, he's middle linebacker.
That's what he's got to do, step up in the hole. And
4th down, Arkadelphia gets the punt away. And it will be down just outside the Malvern 20-yard line. So the Leopards with decent field position once again.
It's been a defensive struggle. Once again, Coach Scarborough, Coach Golden, and the rest of the defensive crew, Coach Mitchell and all of them, have done an excellent job preparing these Leopards for everything that the Badgers have thrown at them so far.
1:29 left here in the first quarter. Still no score. Kyle Norris comes split to the near side. Roberts under center, gives to his fullback this time. Lots of running room across the 30, out near the 40-yard line. And I believe that is Biggs.
That's Biggs.
Paul Biggs.
Paul Biggs did an excellent job. He hit the ball, hit some traffic there, Johnny, bounced out and ran off to his right and picked up a 1st 10.
Those linebackers were keying on Cliff Morgan this time. They go, Cliff Morgan, he's got the ball now. Paul Biggs bounces it through the middle with the ball. And they used to just hitting him and letting him roll off, and Paul just kept churning those big legs and going.
The turn this time, they give to Cliff Morgan, who gets out across the 36-yard line, a gain of about a yard and a half. It's going to be 2nd down, and I bet they call it 8.
Yeah, there wasn't much there. It's one of those situations, ran into like a brick wall.
45 seconds to go in the first quarter. Still no score in the ball game. Kyle Norris comes split to the near side. Biggs at fullback, Morgan at tailback. Roberts, the give to Biggs, fumbles the football. It's going to be covered by Arkadelphia at the Malvern 47-yard line. Number 18, Michael Benson on the recovery for the Badgers.
That's a tough break there, Johnny, because I tell you what, Biggs had some running room, and I believe he was trying to change the ball around or whatever. Look, didn't have a good handle on it, and started really running downfield before he had control of the ball, it looked like.
Yeah, it looked like a hard handoff, a bad exchange between the quarterback and the fullback, and he never did have control of it from the get-go. And he saw a big opening, and it kind of took his mind off trying to get control of that ball again, and coughed it up.
1st down and 10 for the Badgers at the Leopard 47-yard line. Digman turns, gives to his fullback, out across the 45 to about the 43-yard line.
Well, they like to run that delay. We called it the old crossbuck back in the old days, but it's we have a Leopard down on the field.
We do have a Leopard down on the field. We're going to take a quick break as he is attended to. Still no score in the first. 12 seconds left. We're back after this. And we're back live at Claude Mann Stadium just in time to hear the horn go off to end the first quarter of play. Still no score here at Claude Mann Stadium. We'll back after this.
Go to OTC to get where you want to be. A small college with big opportunities. Get the quality education you need. Affordable classes, convenience too. We bring out the best in you. Washita Technical College is the place to be.
Enroll today at Washita Technical College. You'll find instruction in a variety of high-demand fields, including Cisco, nursing, medical transcription, and others. You can also take your basics to transfer. Call us today, 337-5000. Get where you want to be at OTC. That's 337-5000.
Washita Technical College is the place to be.
Hi, this is Tony Warner from Malvern National Bank, a real community bank. We're working to make your banking as simple as possible. You can now bank from the comfort of your home on your PC with M&B Bank's Access Link. Transfer funds, check balances, pay all your bills through the optional bill pay service. No more checks to write, no more postage stamps to buy. We do it all. It's at www.mnbbank.com. It's just part of Malvern National's commitment to our customers. M&B Bank's a real community bank and proud to sponsor these Leopard football broadcasts.
It's fall. It's cool weather. Your mind thinks of a lot of things. Football, and maybe it's time for a new automobile or to trade that jalopy off. I'm here with Mr. Teeter Chevrolet Olds, and he's got some words for you.
Yes, sir. We've got the words and we've got the product. We've got probably over 500 units out here, and I'm looking at a sea of cars. I've got all kinds and creeds and colors of vehicles, all type of sport utilities. We have the high-dollar European cars, the Maximas, the Mazdas, the Lexus, just whatever you want in the high-dollar European cars, and they all popular new Chevrolet. We've got them here at Teeter's. So come on out and shop us real soon. Remember, like I always say, the more we invest in our youth, the less we'll spend on prisons later.
The year is 1952.
Harry S. Truman is president. Gasoline is 11 cents a gallon, and Coca-Cola is still a nickel. And there are plenty of penny postcards laying around. Henry McClure and George McClure Sr. opened the doors to a new real estate business. Now, 50 years later, McClure Real Estate continues to serve the Malvern and the Hot Spring County area with the same dedication and professionalism of the founding fathers. The professionals at McClure Real Estate, Danny Regan, Nita Wingo, Beverly Hudson, Deanne Williams, Gene Dugan, Bob Jones, Frank McClure, and George McClure Jr. are here to help you with all your real estate needs. They're locally owned and locally operated for over 50 years right here in Malvern. That's McClure Real Estate, 332-2777, proud sponsors of Leopard Football.
Orr's Furniture in Malvern is a proud sponsor of Leopard Football. We wish the best of luck this year to our new coach Eric Hart and his staff as they begin a new era in Malvern's long and celebrated football tradition. It takes hard work and a lot of teamwork to be a successful organization. Over the years, the Malvern Leopards have proven time and time again that they are up to the challenges that face them every Friday night. At Orr's Furniture in Malvern, we too do our best to make every customer that walks in our door feel welcome and confident that we can help them with any furniture or appliance need they have. We represent some of the most trusted names in the furniture industry: Lazy Boy, Bassett, Sealy, Flex Steel, Maytag, and Frigidaire, just to name a few. Our experienced sales staff is ready to help you select just the right piece you need, from a single table by your chair to a whole house full of quality home furnishings. And we'll deliver your selection free. We offer 6 months same as cash, or use the flexible monthly payment plans we offer. Once again, we are happy to bring you Leopard Football, and we hope to see you soon. Orr's Furniture, Main Street, Malvern, open Saturdays till 4.
And we are back live at Claude Mann Stadium. Badgers with the football.
Well, we sent every
Digman
linebacker
turns
we
and
have
gives
in.
to his big tailback, Bradley Hill. He's got plenty of running room down near the Malvern 30-yard line.
That was just an unfortunate situation there, Johnny. We sent our linebackers, and when you send your linebackers like that, you might get beat on a play like that. But you know that's the attacking defense that the Leopards play. And luckily, we stopped them from going all the way. But that's one of those things that you face in a situation
those attacking defense, you give some and you lose some.
You bet.
Full backfield now for the Badgers. They have one wide out to the near side. First down and 10 at the Malvern 30-yard line. Digman Gives to his tailback, Bradley Hill, once again. Tries to jump over the line. Then bounces to the outside and is going to be brought down inside or right around the Leopard 25-yard line.
Well, we had him at the top of the pile. And Johnny said when big old 33 came in there, he said, this is a lot bigger. Bradley Hill's a lot bigger back, and he is. And he just showed some power there, Johnny.
Well, he was just dragging 2 or 3 guys for five yards on that play. So it shows you how strong and how well those legs are strengthened on this kid.
Fortunately, one Leopard, I couldn't get his name, had a hold of the jersey to slow him down.
Ball just inside the Leopard 25. It's 2nd down and 4. Digman turns, gives to Hill once again. Hill gains a couple tough yards along the inside.
Tell you what, guys, in the first quarter, Southern State Bank's defensive line, Byron Hunter, Terrence Matlock, and Brandon Bradford had a total of 4 tackles and 1 quarterback pressure. Of course, they were assisting on a lot of other tackles and doing a lot of other things that you can't see by the naked eye, but that's what it takes to win ball games for these 3 individuals.
Ball spotted at the 23-yard line. It's 3rd down and 3. The quarterback sneak by Digman. He's going to be near the 20-yard line.
Yeah, he's still going to depend on the spot. Looks like he's going to be short and they're faced 4th and a long one, Mike. Yeah, like you say, it's kind of hard. Those guys down in the trenches, they've got to take on the defensive tackles and tie up the tackles and the guards and let the linebackers make the play for them. And that's what they're doing an excellent job of.
I think so. I mean, they're battling up front and standing their ground.
9:45 left in the 2nd quarter. The Badgers are threatening. No score so far.
Big 4th down play here, guys.
4th down and 1. Michael Digman, the quarterback for Arkadelphia, turns and fakes to his big tailback. Now going to try to go outside.
Great play.
Nice play.
Nice play by the Leopard. I tell you what, that was a coverage. He rolled out there to throw out to the flat, by golly, and there wasn't anybody to throw to him because Corey Monroe and Chase Thornton was right there, and everybody's covered up.
And also Rodney Hughes, he sniffed out the play. He saw it rolling out, did not allow the quarterback to get outside of him, made him stop and throw off his back foot, and the pass was short.
It looked a little bit like what you call a run-pass option play, because at first I thought Digman was going to take off on his own.
Yeah, I think so. He was trying to sneak around for that 1-yard first down and was unsuccessful.
Leopards on 1st and 10 after taking over on downs. Give to Morgan, who gets up just past the 25-yard line.
Boy, that was a nice hard run. That looked like the Cliff Morgan we know. There's about a little over 5 yards on that carry. Hard run and knees pumping, knees high, looking for a whole place to go. I tell you something, guys, back it up. That's we dodged a bullet on that fumble. Stopped the Badgers on 4th down. Got the ball back with 9 minutes left here in the first half. We're still at a nothing tie, 0-0.
Jace Roberts steps under center. Simmons in motion. The pitch to Morgan to the near side. Gets by one man, and this is going to be brought down out of the 30-yard line. They're going to be very close to another Leopard first down.
Guys, I tell you what, that looks like that first ball game or two out there with their kicking those defensive ends out, pinching those tackles in, let Cliff take one-on-one with the cornerback.
I think this time we're going to be just a little bit short. I think about 3rd and a foot coming up. But like you said, Ron, whenever you can get that running back to turn that corner and square at them shoulders, and Cliff is a strong runner, and he can run through people, and he's also got the speed to run around people. And when you've got that combination, you can be pretty deadly out on the corner.
Yeah, not only that, you establish that running game like that, and all of a sudden you suck the linebackers up. Then you hit somebody, one of your wideouts, going down on wide, and it just opens up everything if you run the ball like that.
3rd down and a foot now for the Leopards. Cal Norris split to the near side. Roberts turns, gives to Morgan. Morgan over the 34. The first down is going to be brought down at the 34, almost or just shy of the 35.
I'll tell you what, number 26 for the Arkadelphia Badgers that time. Cody Hornsby coming, his sophomore linebacker, come across there. Like Coach Hart said, that sideline, run across there, made a good tackle, or Cliff was going to go for a long ways.
I tell you what, our line is firing off the ball right now.
Roberts gives to Morgan. He's got room across the 45, the 50, into Arkadelphia territory, and brought down at the 35-yard line. Cliff Morgan, excellent run, even with a face mask that wasn't called.
No, they got a. I don't know whether he couldn't get the flag out, or what they call holding back out here on our wide out. And I apologize for screaming into my mic, but the play was 15 yards down the field, and the line judge decided he wanted to throw a flag. So hey, I was getting ready to brag on Myron Cross, because he did a good job. He kept his hands in, he pushed the guy back out of the way, and why that's holding, I don't know. But you can watch tomorrow, Saturday, 4 o'clock. On Cox Communication, Channel 13, at 8:10 left in the first half, and you can see what you think.
First down and 5 now. Penalty moves the ball back to the 40-yard line. To give to Morgan once again along the right side, and he is met quickly for a loss on the play. It's going to be second down and about 7 yards.
That's Markeith Buckley, wide receiver linebacker. He's 5'10", 160 pounds, and sophomore. We'll see a lot of sophomores and juniors on this on this Arkadelphia roster, and playing a lot of football.
Myron Cross goes split to the far side. Roberts up under center, moving along the line, and that one should go against Arkadelphia. 5-yard penalty would make it second down and 1 for the Leopards. And they do call it against the Badgers. Like a hard count there by Jace Roberts, Johnny.
Yeah, you know, it's just one of those things where the defense has got to have control and watch the ball. They don't need to be listening to the quarterback and his barking out the signals. It's just a little payback from earlier where we gave them a gift, and they're returning the gift to us on this series.
Second down and a little bit less than a yard. 7:28 remaining in the second quarter. Still no score here at Claude Mann Stadium. This time to give to the fullback, Biggs, and he pops through the hole out near the 49-yard line for the first down.
Biggs was just almost going a long way there, Johnny. Biggs runs so hard, Paul does. You know, lean forward. They teach you lean forward over your legs, and he was just expecting to get hit, and when he didn't get hit, he couldn't quite straighten up and go. But it was an excellent run.
One receiver to the near side for the Leopards. Roberts turns, gives to Cliff Morgan. Morgan into Arkadelphia territory, still working his way down to the 42-yard line, and he carried a couple of Badgers with him.
I tell you what, you can watch this first half on Channel 13 for Saturday, and it's going to be worth it just to watch Biggs and Cliff Morgan run, because Cliff's really running the ball. Yet another Arkansas Razorback for a first down.
Down!
Yeah, I'm not going to too many Arkansas games. That's what my wife thinks anyway. So, but we measure this with Hawkeye. What do you think?
First down.
We have an official measurement there, and I believe Johnny is going to be right, as they have it by about 3/4 of the football.
I tell you what, you're at batting 1,000. You have not missed one. I'm not trying to jinx you here at the last ball game. You have not missed a call all year.
Well, anytime you want to ask me if it's going to be first down, Ron, just say.
What if I come into Southern State Bank and ask you for a loan?
Hey, you got another 100%.
100%.
But not that $500 deal.
The turn to give to Biggs for the Leopards. The big fullback gets out across the 40-yard line, just inside the 40. It's going to be second down. 6:42 remaining here in the first half. Still no score.
You think the people at Southern State Bank would want a little bit more collateral than a junker with no motor for $500?
Well, you know, we might.
Leopards on the move, actually into Arkadelphia territory for the first time tonight. Myron Cross split to the far side. Roberts on the option, gives to Morgan. Morgan with running room to the outside. Across the 30, the 25, the 20, 15, 10. He's going to be brought down at about the 5-yard line. Nice run by Cliff Morgan.
I want to tell you what. Our wideout out there was Byron Cross, I believe, came back and threw a crunching block to free Cliff when he got out on that outside. I mean, he really hit that lead defender.
You know, I thought he was going after the wrong defender. And sure enough, he got the outside one.
Got the outside one.
And the guy to the inside didn't have a chance. And Cliff just turned on the afterburners, turned that corner for an extra 25 yards on that run. Super run by Cliff Morgan.
First down and goal now for the Leopards, just outside the 5-yard line. Roberts looking to throw to the outside.
I will tell you what.
Kyle Norris uncovered, touchdown Malvern.
Nobody absolutely picked him up.
We have a flag on the far side of the field, and nobody was covering Kyle Norris.
Illegal man downfield is what they're called.
You can't have a legal man downfield when you drop back and throw it.
Penalty against the Leopards.
There wasn't enough time when he jumped up and threw the ball. There wasn't enough time for a legal man to get downfield, folks. I'm sorry. But we can't see it all from up here.
Penalty will move the ball back to about the 10-yard line.
But I want to tell you something. Kyle Norris is standing out there at his wideout by himself. Roberts picks him up, waves at him, and throws a strike for a touchdown.
We have a timeout on the field. We're going to take a quick break as well. Still no score at Claude Mann, 5:53 remaining in the first half.
And we're back. Johnny Gibbs makes an excellent point during the commercial there. All the offensive lineman has to do is move forward and break that plane, which obviously he did. Obviously, I'm a homer, and I'm not going to apologize for that. But I think it was a good call. What happened, I believe, Johnny, with Roberts making his hand signals, I believe he checked off at the line of scrimmage and changed the play when he saw Norris out there naked by himself, and maybe not all the linemen picked that up, and that's just one of those things that happen.
Yeah, it was probably a design running play, and and Jace was barking out different signals and giving Kyle a new signal, and and we might have that chance again.
Yeah, they picked him. 13 picked him up out here now. Now we're overloaded.
6 is wide open again.
Ball is picked up by Kevin Bryant.
Once again, I'm going to tell you what the coaches are going to want for their our big old tight end number 6 comes out here, Justin Simmons in motion, and we've got 2 offensive players and one defensive player out there, and it was a design play to go over to KB, and I'm sure that Coach Rogers has told them about that.
They're not following that back in motion, or that tight end or slot back. What our number 6 is running, Justin Simmons. They're not following him. So and that's twice. They just let him go. See,
they're not putting him.
Simmons comes in motion this time, drawing attention from the linebacker. Roberts looking for Simmons. Touchdown, Malvern.
Coach, I tell you what, I have to think that had to come from Coach Rogers up here at the bench, or maybe Coach Baker, Coach, somebody saw it, because they came back with the exact same plays. And like Johnny makes an excellent point, they're not going with Simmons when he comes across there. And that was a pass that wide receiver Mike Chance probably could have caught.
Let me tell you something. I could catch, son.
You could catch.
If I could ever get there.
Boy, this is great.
5:19 remaining in the first half. Leopards lead 7-0. We're back after this. And we are back live at Claude Mann Stadium. 5:19 remaining in the first half. Leopards leading 7-0. The kickoff is away, and this one's going to sail out of bounds at about the 20. So Arkadelphia getting good field position to start their drive.
That was a nice drive, guys. We stopped them on downs on what, about the 19-20-yard line. Take it 80, 81 yards. Overcame some penalties. The nice thing about that, Johnny, Mike, is, by golly, the running game set that whole thing up, and the offensive line did an excellent job.
Exactly. And one thing we got was a big play for us.
Yeah.
And we have not, and we made a great stop on defense, 4th and 1, and then we turn around and overcome penalties and persevered over a great run and, a penalty that set us back another six yards or so, and came over with a touchdown pass over the middle.
Digman Gives to his fullback, who's
There's your
going to
man.
be wrestled down back at the 30-yard line. Loss on the play. They're going to spot it at the 33.
There's old Brandon Bradford just pushed his guy out of the way and said, "Come here, ball player," and picked him up and carried him back, and they blew the whistle, and Brandon let him go. That's that Southern State offense, or the players to watch, or key the players, or whatever you're going to call them. I'm excited. The Leopards are ahead 7-0 and playing well.
It's easy for you to say.
It's easy for me to say.
4:46 remaining in the first. Looks like we have a new tailback for the Badgers. Looks to be number 12, Chris Knox. The throw to the outside, busted up by Rodney Hughes, and he's had his hands on several of those passes tonight.
And I'll tell you something else. I'm looking over the roster here, guys. Whatever the problems were with Arkadelphia and the seniors, those seniors are back out there. So Arkadelphia's throwing the best they've got at Malvern tonight. This is not a seniorless team out here. Their quarterback, Michael Digman, is a senior. Kevin Colley's a senior. So John Wayne Hughes, who we've called, he's a senior. So those, like I say, those seniors are back playing, and we're taking it right now for the first half. We're taking it to the best they've had to offer.
Clipping called against the Badgers. Penalty moves the ball back to the 18-yard line. It's going to be second down now and 27. Still 4:33 remaining in the first half, 7-0. The Leopards leading the Badgers.
That defensive line continues to play well, Johnny.
Full backfield once again for Arkadelphia. Digman looks to throw to the outside. Sean Williams on coverage, goes up. Almost comes up with it. Great pass is incomplete.
Great play by Sean Williams, where, when there's a jump ball situation in the secondary, he has just as much right as the receiver, and he went up to the highest point where Sean could jump and the receiver could jump, and he knocked the ball away. And that's what a D-back, and Ron, you know it better than I do since you're an ex-D-back, that is what a D-back is responsible to do.
Defensive halfback.
Excuse me.
Defensive half, that's true. That's another story, like the slowest, that's that slow option quarterback. We'll get to that later. Big third down.
Digman looking to throw now. He's going to take off and run with it. He's going to be upended at the 20-yard line.
Guys, I want to tell you something. Digman had nothing to do then. The defensive line was all over him. And I want to tell you something. Sean Williams and all of our defensive backs. Chase Thornton hasn't got many calls, but Chase is just all over his man. Corey Monroe is all over his man. The coverage is excellent, and of course Kevin Bryant's back there at the other safety spot and just doing an excellent job. And they got a punt again, guys.
The Arkadelphia punter sets up inside his own 10-yard line. Kevin Bryant deep for the Leopards, sets up at the 50. The punt is away. It is shanked and will bound at about the 30, take a Malvern roll inside the Arkadelphia 30 to about the 27-yard line. And you talk about great field position. This is it for the Leopards.
Well, I want to tell you something, guys. It's the breaks are going the Leopards' way. It's kind of like the breaks have been against us for so long, and we're finally getting some. And by golly, we need to take advantage of it. We need to go ahead and score here if we can, and put some distance between us and these Badgers.
Yeah. Johnny Gibbs informed me that was a net 7-yard punt for Arkadelphia. First down and 10 for the Leopards at the 27. The give to Cliff Morgan. Goes up the middle, breaks a couple of tackles inside the 20, down to the 14-yard line of Arkadelphia.
Nice run by Cliff. Got another first down. The offensive line's doing an excellent job. Cliff took off to the left, and one of those big offensive linemen, I don't know whether it was Henderson or whatever, one of them put a stop on the linebacker coming across there, and I think it may have been A.C. Pilgrim probably had something to do with that, because A.C.'s playing well, getting some pads on him in out there.
12-yard run by Morgan. First down for the Leopards. The give once again to Morgan, this time to the near side. He's going to be wrapped up and brought down after a gain of about 1 yard, maybe 2. Second down for the Leopards. 3:05 remaining in the first half of play. The Leopards leading 7-0 and looking for more.
Boy, I tell you, another kid's playing well. It's big old 78, Jason Tatum. Jason Tatum's out there starting out on the outside of A.C. Pilgrim on that left side, and doing a nice job. And he's a stout-looking young man out there, him and A.C. both.
Norrison crossed the wideouts for the Leopards. Option play, Roberts pitches. Morgan inside the 10-yard line, the 5. Touch, no, they call him out of bounds. And there looked to be, it looked like either a hold or on the Leopards to the outside, possibly. That's what Johnny saw.
I think Kyle Norris was holding out on the corner. It's just unfortunate that it's going to kind of the same situation as Myron Cross earlier.
Yeah, it's he gets, you're going to have to keep those hands in there. If you're going to basically all you need to do with Cliff Morgan out there, screen that corner, get between the corner and the back, and just screen him off. It's it's one of those situations. Tough break. Hey, we're still 2nd and 8, and
it actually brought it back to the original line of scrimmage. So, other than the fact that you lost a good gain and another first down, not a big loss there if you can overcome it. The give to Biggs up the middle. He's down near the 10-yard line. Gain of about 3 yards. It's going to be 3rd down and about 5. 2:20 remaining in the half.
Yeah, it's many times we've shot ourselves in the foot here on this little series right here. We need to go ahead and punch this in and get some points out of it and do something positive.
I think it'd be a great time, to put Justin Simmons back in motion, flood the outside here and let them defend the pass.
KB out here on the left side, so maybe that'll happen.
Roberts looking to throw, looking for Bryant. It is complete, and touchdown Malvern. Kevin Bryant with the 10-yard touchdown pass from Jace Roberts.
Yeah, he had one-on-one coverage out there, Johnny, and it's kind of tough for somebody to stay with KB when KB wants the ball. He did a fake out and back across the middle, and the corner bit on the fake out, and the safety didn't come up to take him on the middle, and he's across in there for a touchdown.
The kick is up and good for the Leopards. 14-0 here at Claude Mann. 1:43 remaining in the first half. We're going to take a quick break. We'll be right back. 14-0, the Leopards leading the Badgers from Arkadelphia. 1:43 remaining in the first half of play. Leopards set to kick off. Much better kick, a knuckler going to bound at the 15, going to be picked up there. Across the 20, the 25-yard line, and that was number 23, Terrence Branson.
Boy, I tell you what, our number 80,
Lee
Brandon come flying through there, was not going to be denied, and actually tripped the ball carrier up. Excellent special teams play by Lee Brandon. He's a running back, a junior, so we'll see some more of him next year.
Get him in the weight room, get him a little more muscular, and get him back out there.
He looks like he's got some speed, and he's not afraid to hit anybody.
He's flying to the ball. That's what it takes.
Michael Digman, the quarterback for the Badgers, set to take the snap. The pitch to the near side. Knox on the carry. He's going to be run out of bounds at about the 26-yard line.
Well, Knox got a knock from big old 26. I tell you what, Rodney Hughes, if we had a guy that we would give the most improved ball player to from the first of the season, it's got to be Rodney Hughes, guys. There's nobody, I don't think, that's improved and played with the heart and the Leopard spirit that Rodney Hughes has shown.
He is definitely. He's come to his own out there in that defensive end, outside linebacker.
It started when you made him the Southern State Player of the Game early in the season.
Exactly, it sure was.
Digman set to take the snap now. Turns, gives to Knox once again. He's going to be wrapped up in the backfield by number 63, Byron Hunter.
Well, I tell you what, there's that defensive line again. I tell you what, Terrace Matlock was back there to kind of finish it off a little bit, but the main problem and then the problem started with Byron Hunter.
We've got a timeout on the field. 1:22 remaining in the first half. We're back after this. And we are back live at Claude Mann Stadium. 14-0, the Leopards leading the Badgers of Arkadelphia.
Yeah, the Leopards took a timeout on that third down from the Badgers. We got another one, and it's one of these situations. Hey, something, a turnover here, an intercepted pass, a fumble, a lot of good things can happen.
Well, even a punt. even a 20, 30-yard punt will give us, field position around the 50 to their 45 or our 45. So great field position if we can stop them right here.
Bigman looking to throw. He rolls out to his left, got a little bit of running room, now throws across his body and overshoots his man. It's going to be 4th down and 12 for the Badgers from their own 23.
I tell you what, Johnny, you got to put another star down for that defensive line. That was Travis Potts back there, just causing all kinds of problems for Digman, the quarterback. He just didn't have anything to do and didn't have a chance to do anything. It's an incompleted pass. Great timeout by the coaching staff, by the Leopards that stopped the clock, and now the incompletes pass stopped the clock. Again, a minute 15. We're leading. Leopards leading this in 14-0, and we're going to get the ball back again, guys.
Kevin Bryant setting up at his. Now we actually have another timeout on the field. We'll take a break as well. 1:15 remaining in the first half. Leopards leading 14-0. We are back live at Claude Mann Stadium. 1:15 remaining in the first half. The Badgers set to punt now. The Leopards leading 14-0.
Always dangerous, Kevin. Dangerous, Kevin Bryant back to field the punt, Mike.
This punt, another shank, and this one could be dangerous. Fortunately, no Leopards around it. This time takes a Badger roll and is going to be down at about the 47. That one had about as much roll as it did in the air.
Boy, I want to tell you something, guys. The referee took a long, hard look at Corey Monroe back there. He went for the ball, and I don't know whether he got a piece of it or what, but I thought he was going to pull a flag there. That's one of those iffy calls that could have gone either way. And he looked at him, and didn't throw the flag. So
he saw the film that Coach Hart didn't like the last call of the last game.
A minute 5 remaining here in the first half. Leopards at the Arkadelphia 47. Simmons in motion to the near side. Roberts looks to throw, and this one is nearly picked off as it was intended for Simmons.
The difference in this set of referees and the referees that we get over in Garland County, these referees actually look like they know what they're doing.
Oh, my goodness. Adam Cordell brings the play in for the Leopards.
I do the figure on Garland County, with the exception of Lake Hamilton. They had an excellent crew over there.
Ron is now banned from Garland County.
I hope none of my customers are listening. Yeah, I hope they are.
Roberts out of shotgun, looks to throw. Pass complete to Simmons out to the 45-yard line. Gain of about 3 yards.
Badgers just look like they've got their safeties dropped way back, Johnny, and their corners look like they're just not going to let anybody get behind them. We tried to, and had a successful pass to the tight end under him, hoping we could break something loose.
The Leopards take a timeout as they try to gather themselves. We're going to take a break as well. We'll be back. We are back live at Claude Mann Stadium. Leopards driving at the Arkadelphia 45. The reverse to I started to say Kevin Bryant. Agnew actually picked up the number there.
Actually,
number 8.
That was Damon Witherspoon. Nice to see Spoon back in there and showing some speed there. He'd been dinged up a little bit, and
he is going to come out of the game at this point. Gain is to the Arkadelphia 37-yard line.
Did you get a
They're
chance
to have a timeout for measurement?
Did you get a look at that, Hawkeye? Or
I missed it.
I was afraid you did.
Looks like a first down from here. I'm going to call it.
I say it is, too.
You call the easy one's chance. That's by a ball
Easy.
and a half.
That is by the nose of the football.
Hawkeye won. Okay, yeah, you both are batting 1,000. That's the first one you've called this year, Chance, and you're right on it. So.
That's because I don't ever get the opportunity.
That's right. Hawkeye steps out there and.
I took it when he balked.
You
there.
bet. Just all you have to do is hiccup, Johnny, and so you got to be careful.
I didn't see the chains over there. They took them off before I had to get it.
38 seconds here.
Twin set to the far side for the Leopards. Whistles and flags stop the play. 33 seconds left in the half as we wait to see what the penalty is. It's going to be encroachment penalty against the Badgers, and that will help the Leopard cause. Penalty moves the ball to the 32-yard line, and it's first down and 5. Roberts looking to throw across the middle, in and out of the hands of Myron Cross, who was wide open at about the 18-yard line.
I tell you what Myron was doing then. Myron saw that 10-yard line, that orange pylon, I think, and he was going to try to head for it. And great route, great pass. Myron just forgot to stop and take the ball with him was the only problem on that one.
Adam Cordell and Cross going to twin set to the far side. Kevin Bryant comes to the near side. Looking at some double coverage there. Roberts looks to throw now, takes off. He's inside the 30 to about the 27-yard line. 17 seconds left, and the Leopards will take a timeout.
Roberts comes up hollering for a timeout.
I tell you what, old Cliff Morgan, he stepped up to meet that outside linebacker that was blitzing. And he really he popped him good, and actually stopped two of them because there was another outside linebacker coming to the outside of him. Allowed Jace to come up the pocket and get a gain out of it for at least, 4 yards out of it.
Yeah, Cliff's one of these kids that this football team has really missed. He's kind of a silent leader. He just gets out there and plays hard and gives it his all. And that arm injury really came at an inopportune time for the Leopards. It's nice though that these seniors have got well. The ones that's really contributed all year, played hard and done a good. They're all back out here and they're able to play tonight, and that's important. And it's nice to see them.
Cross and Tobias going to twin set to the far side. To the near side is Simmons and Bryant.
Got single coverage out there on the corners on their wideouts, guys.
Morgan, the one back in the backfield. Roberts looking to throw to the left side. Throws this one complete to Simmons. Simmons to the 15, inside to about the 13, and he goes out of bounds wisely with 9.6 seconds.
Nice play by Simmons. Simmons pointing over here and getting high fives from some of these players and the coaching staff because he had nice heads up play by Justin to know there he had to get out of bounds line to stop the clock. 9.6 seconds, guys.
The Leopards going for their first field goal attempt of the year.
Josh Floriani.
Ball spotted at the 20-yard line. This will be a 30-yard attempt. The kick is up, and it is good. 17-0. The Leopards lead the Arkadelphia Badgers.
Nice play there. That's nice that it's one of these situations that watching Floriani kick off and watch him kick extra points, we kind of thought he had the leg to do it, but we've never been in a situation all year long to see it. Wasn't a pretty kick. He just legged it through there.
He kicks a knuckler.
He kicked a knuckler right through there. And it wasn't one of those pretty end-over-end ones, but he's got enough leg, enough power out there. He just slammed it through there for 30
yards.
30,
I tell you what, as any football player, it doesn't matter how it gets through those goalposts. It's just if it gets through them.
It's not how you drive, it's how you arrive.
That's right, and they arrived right through the goalposts, and they count just the same as like them home runs. Them towering blast or the ones that just barely get over.
That's right, yeah. Or a single, whether it's a Texas blooper or whether it's a clean single.
That's right.
Another knuckler going to be fielded at the 10-yard line. Across the 20-yard line, the 25. Still some running room. Across the 30, the 35, and tackle made at the 37-yard line.
This is Tony Warner from Malvern National Bank. This year's really been another great year for MNB. First, in January, we launched Malvern's first internet banking webpage with a news and information service. It's all you need to get started in your day and to do your banking as well. Second, we were again chosen Malvern's #1 bank in the Malvern Daily Record's Readers Poll, but also Malvern's best business. And for that, we say thanks. We hope you know how much we appreciate your great comments about us and how much we appreciate your business. MNB banks are real community bank.
It's fall. It's cool weather. Your mind thinks of a lot of things. Football, and maybe it's time for a new automobile or to trade that jalopy off. I'm here with Mr. Teeter Chevrolet Olds, and he's got some words for you.
Yes, sir. We've got the words and we've got the product. We've got probably over 500 units out here, and I'm looking at a sea of cars. I've got all kinds and creeds and colors of vehicles, all type of sport utilities. We have the high-dollar European cars, the Maximas, the Mazdas, the Lexus, just whatever you want in the high-dollar European cars, and the all-popular new Chevrolet. We've got them here at Teeter's. So come on out and shop us real soon. Remember, like I always say, the more we invest in our youth, the less we'll spend on presents later.
The year is 1952.
Harry S. Truman is president. Gasoline is 11 cents a gallon, and Coca-Cola is still a nickel, and there are plenty of penny postcards laying around. Henry McClure and George McClure Sr. opened the doors to a new real estate business. Now, 50 years later, McClure Real Estate continues to serve the Malvern and the Hot Spring County area with the same dedication and professionalism of the founding fathers. The professionals at McClure Real Estate, Danny Regan, Nita Wingo, Beverly Hudson, Deanne Williams, Gene Dugan, Bob Jones, Frank McClure, and George McClure Jr. are here to help you with all your real estate needs. They're locally owned and locally operated for over 50 years right here in Malvern. That's McClure Real Estate, 332-2777, proud sponsors of Leopard Football.
Orr's Furniture in Malvern is a proud sponsor of Leopard Football. We wish the best of luck this year to our new coach Eric Hart and his staff as they begin a new era in Malvern's long and celebrated football tradition. It takes hard work and a lot of teamwork to be a successful organization. Over the years, the Malvern Leopards have proven time and time again that they are up to the challenges that face them every Friday night. At Orr's Furniture in Malvern, we too do our best to make every customer that walks in our door feel welcome and confident that we can help them with any furniture or appliance need they have. We represent some of the most trusted names in the furniture industry: Lazy Boy, Bassett, Sealy, Flex Steel, Maytag, and Frigidaire, just to name a few. Our experienced sales staff is ready to help you select just the right piece you need, from a single table by your chair to a whole house full of quality home furnishings. And we'll deliver your selection free. We offer 6 months same as cash, or use the flexible monthly payment plans we offer. Once again, we are happy to bring you Leopard Football, and we hope to see you soon. Orr's Furniture, Main Street, Malvern, open Saturdays till 4.
Go to OTC to get where you want to be. A small college with big opportunities. Get the quality education you need. Affordable classes, convenience too. We bring out the best in you. Washita Technical College is the place to be.
Enroll today at Washita Technical College. You'll find instruction in a variety of high-demand fields, including Cisco, nursing, medical transcription, and others. You can also take your basics to transfer. Call us today, 337-5000. Get where you want to be at OTC. That's 337-5000.
Washita Technical College is the place to be.
The captains are meeting at midfield. The Leopards will be receiving to open the second half of play. As I said, leading 17-0. Johnny, not sure did we get the statistics on the defensive line for that first half?
No, we didn't, Mike. And Southern State Bank is highlighting the defensive line, which consists of Byron Hunter, number 63. He's a senior. This is his last night to be in the Malvern uniform. And then also Terrence Matlock and Brandon Bradford are the other two, and of course Brandon Bradford's been called a lot this year, playing great defense this year, and same as Terrence Matlock. And what we have is 9 tackles in the first half with 2 quarterback pressures. And you know, when the defense is off the field and our offense is moving the ball, our defense has not even had much chance to we're making the stops and our offense is moving. So
that's a great point.
Keeping our defense off the field. So it's definitely an advantage in our hands of moving the ball.
Our defense is fresh. This is probably, honestly, without a doubt, Michael, this is the freshest our defense has been going into the second half of a ball game, because we've got the 1st and 10s. We've moved the ball. We've moved the chains. Hey, we've got a 17-point lead, and the defense is fresh, and they're still wanting to go out there and hit somebody.
Well, another good thing the Leopards did is they started out basically pinned down on their own end of the field, but as the game went on, they slowly turned that over. And then before you know it, Arkadelphia was pinned back, and we were starting drives around the 50-yard line, taking advantage really of a weak kicking game by Arkadelphia.
Yeah, and it's one of those situations that Boy, I tell you what, the Leopard defense just bowed up, and they didn't even bend much, and they darn sure didn't break, because you get down there and you get a situation where, on 4th down, 4th and 2, on the 20-yard line, and we stop them, and that was a big stop and a big momentum. Old Mo jumped on our side of the bench, and he stayed there since then.
The Badgers now set to kick off. Kevin Bryan is deep for the Leopards. He sets up at the 10-yard line. Kick is going to be fielded by Kari Monroe outside the 20, across the 25-30. Breaks a tackle across the 35, out to the 37. Ball gets away, but they're going to rule it down.
Hey, Johnny, we're way up past the 20-yard line on this one, so that means we got good field position, right?
Great field position. I've always stated that anything in past the 25 is great field position. But, these guys that are not kicking it down but to the 15, and you get over 20-yard return, you're going to get great field position.
I like the way the line's sprinting up to the offensive line, up the line like they have all year.
Ball spotted at the 38, first down and 10 for the Leopards. To give to Morgan. Morgan across the 40, out across the 45-yard line. Another tough run by Cliff Morgan.
That's right off the right tackle. I'm Zach Henderson. And who's the other guy on the other side, Ron?
Over on the right side on the offensive, we've got Henderson and then Jonathan Reddick. Reddick just plays well. Of course, Blackerby's over there to tight end, playing some. They're off him and Simmons, and they're just doing a great job over there.
Great firing off.
Myron Cross and Kyle Norris, the wideouts for the Leopards. Roberts takes the snap to give to Morgan off left tackle across midfield, and he's going to be brought down at the Arkadelphia 49. First down, Malvern.
I tell you what, with Cliff came back last week, and Cliff looks like he's back at 100% here, and boy, it's nice to have Cliff back and have him running like we saw him early on in the season, when he was doing so well.
It's always great that whenever your line is firing off and making good blocks, it makes it easy to run tremendously. And that, I tell you what, that's all the way across the line, because both sides just had great pickups.
Roberts takes a snap, a reverse to DeMond Witherspoon. Witherspoon breaks a couple of tackles, is going to be brought down inside the 45 of Arkadelphia, gain of about 5.5, almost 6 yards on the play.
Guys, I tell you what we need to do. We need to kind of draw a circle around old DeMond Witherspoon and kind of look at him, because he's one of these kids, these young men that probably will really, as a 10th grader, 163-pound 10th grader, and anyway, he gets to that weight room, and he's really going to benefit from it, from the off season. He's got a great future in that tailback spot for the Leopards.
Second down and 5 for the Leopards at the Badger 44-yard line. They give to Morgan off the right side. He goes to the outside, gets inside the 40, down to about the 38-yard line.
I'll tell you something, guys. There's nothing fancy about Cliff Morgan. If he's out there and he cuts up field, and if there's somebody in front of him, if he can't, he's not going to juke him. He's going to duck his head, and he's going to plow into him.
I tell you what, I want to put my hats off to Justin Simmons. He's playing that tight end or that slot back position. He came back, kind of cracked back against the linebacker, and allowed that play to go outside and let Cliff Morgan bounce it out for a great gain. So I wanted to compliment on his great block.
All the offensive line doing a great job of blocking.
First down and 10 to give, up the middle to Biggs, inside the 30-yard line. He's going to be brought down.
Great run by Biggs. Just a great run.
And if we seem a little bit discombobulated, we've got a lot of static in our headset tonight.
I was just trying to took mine off, making sure. I thought maybe it was in mine, but the movies are out tonight, I guess.
The run was good enough for a first down. We kind of lost touch with the ball game there for a second. 9:10 left in the third quarter. First down for Malvern. They give to Morgan off the left side. He breaks a couple of tackles down to the 20-yard line. It's going to be about second down and 3 for the Leopards.
We're really just, taking that ball and driving with it. We're clicking off 6-7 yards of play, and everybody's always talking about it, 3 yards in a cloud of dust. Man, we're clicking off 7.
This is 7 yards and a cloud of smoke, looks like.
Exactly. Doolies.
Yeah.
Second down and 3 for the Leopards. Deep in Arkadelphia territory, they give to Cliff Morgan. Once again, breaks a couple of tackles inside the 10-5. Touchdown, Malvern.
He just proved me wrong on what I just said. Cliff gets down there. He's got 2 defenders facing him. He jukes one way, jukes the other way. He doesn't run over him. He runs between them for a touchdown. Great run by Cliff Morgan. Guys, this is what's so great to see the Leopards coming together like this. Take the opening kickoff, run it down the field, clock, boom, boom, boom for and here we've got a nice.
Josh Floriani booms one out of the stadium for the extra point try.
23-0. Boy, that's on the Leopard side. The Leopards 23. The Arkadelphia Badgers are 0.
I think that's the best kick Floriani's had all night. That one was boomed.
That's over in somebody's yard. It's really nice. It's nice to see. This has been a long time coming, and we just need to put this all together.
Guys, we talked about coming into the season, the change of offense and the different things we were going to be looking at this year. But I've got to think that somewhere in the stadium tonight, former head coach David Alfie is smiling, watching these handoffs up the middle in the tough running game by the Leopards.
Yeah, it's just a situation that this coaching staff is whatever is offered, they're going to take, and the running game. And Coach Hart knows this. He wants to run that spread offense, but everything starts with the run. And at 23-0, I don't expect us to put the ball a whole lot in the air in the second half, and let the defense go ahead and take over this ball game and see.
The kick. I'm sorry, Johnny.
Well, any time that you're ahead like this, you're going to keep that clock rolling. You're not going to stop it, and if you start passing and incomplete passes, stop the clock and allows more time for the Badgers to use the clock. So, it's always smart to have a great running game and be flexible in your offensive thinking and be smart with the clock for one, and the coaches are doing that.
The kick went out of bounds. Arkadelphia gets the ball at the 35-yard line. Digman looking to throw. It's a screen pass. Across the 30, 35, 40. Across midfield and out of bounds. Ball will be spotted at about the 41-yard line of Malvern.
Boy, they had an excellent screen set up there. Let everybody through. Even let the linebackers through, and they had 4 people out there in front of that ball player. And saving tackle there by Kevin Bryant came over from his safety spot, played center fielder, and saved a long run, saved a touchdown.
First down and 10 for Arkadelphia.
I've listened. The nice thing about the static, guys, it's in our ears, and it's not in the it's not going through the broadcast. So we'll put up with it.
Digman looking to pass to the near side. Pass goes incomplete. Covering on the play was number 81, Chase Thornton.
Chase says, okay, come out there and gave the kid a good lick, and right there, just right as the ball got there. So nice coverage by Chase. Thornton continues just to give you everything he's got on every play. Smart ball player, and we're going to miss him.
Second down and 10 from the 43 for Arkadelphia. Digman, the handoff to his tailback is going to be met quickly. A loss on the play. Back to about the 46-yard line. Yes, the 46.
We just got an unsportsmanlike foul on us, guys, I think.
There is a flag down on the field. It is a personal foul against the Leopards.
Kevin Harrod goes in to replace Corey Monroe as a cornerback, and it's a 15-yard penalty against the Leopards.
And that penalty, of course, will be an automatic first down for Arkadelphia, and rather unfortunate. Would have been third down and about 12 yards.
You've got, with the 23-point lead, you've got to keep your head in the game. You've got to play smart, and that's something that the coaching staff will work on.
Michael Digman, the senior for Arkadelphia, takes a snap, looking to throw. Intercepted.
They're not going to get
Rodney Hughes. The 50-yard line. Rodney Hughes at the 40. Breaks the tackle. The 30, 20, 10,
I tell you what, Rodney Hughes, the quarterback, caught Rodney Hughes at about the 37-yard line, 34-yard line. Rodney kind of juked him, ran into him, and knocked him out of the way, went right on down the sidelines. And he had a host. He had John Skinner's with him, Kevin Harris with him, looks like Sean Williams with him. There's a whole bunch of them. They're all coming back here at the sideline. Great, just a great play by Hughes. Broke on the ball, full speed, and took it in for a touchdown. Great, that's
Josh Floriani set to kick this one away. And it is good. Malvern leading Arkadelphia now 30-0. 7:31 left.
Well,
I say that. We have a flag on the
play. They have not put the points up yet.
The field goal, their extra point is good.
Looked like encroachment. No, it wasn't encroachment. I don't know what the sign was. But anyway, we got a break in the ball game. 30-0. The Leopards lead the Badgers. 7:30 left in the third quarter. No, we're not going to take a break.
Well, we don't quite have time. The confusion on the extra point took up a little bit of time there and wouldn't allow us to have gotten through the commercial.
While we have just a quick second here, I would really seriously, I'd like to thank our sponsors: McClure Real Estate, MNB Bank, Orr Furniture, OTC, Washita Technical College, and Teeter Chevrolet Olds. Without the help of these people, it wouldn't be possible. And then you throw in the additional help of Southern State Bank with their play keys to victory and players of the game, and many thanks to you people. We just really thank you. And while we're thanking people, I tell you what, I've got something right here that says that a guide to good taste. It's by Brookshire's. Brookshire's furnished some food, some deli plays before the game, and they were absolutely delicious. I'll get back on this in a minute because this was delicious.
Penalty moved the ball up to the 45-yard line. Floriani kicks it through the end zone. So Arkadelphia will take over at its own 20-yard line.
If you have Christmas is coming up, Thanksgiving, if you have a need for a deli tray, go into Brookshire's, pick up their guide to great taste. There's everything in here you need. They've got deli, they've got the cheese wheel, they got the taste buddies, they got the La Petite sandwich, fancy fixings, traditions, turkey gobbler, the shrimper, and on and on and on. And I'm gonna tell you something, the food is absolutely delicious. It's probably some of the best deli I've ever eaten, and I've eaten a lot of deli in my time. We're back to the ball game.
Digman takes over at the 20, looking to pass. Now scrambling to his left, is going to throw this one away as Coach Hart gets a hand on that one.
I tell you what, Rodney Hughes was all over. Digman tried to run again, Chase Thornton, Corey Monroe, Williams, and Kevin Bryant. That was a coverage play, and there was a flag on the play, guys.
Penalty against Arkadelphia is going to be declined. Johnny, did you catch legal shift?
Uh-huh.
Second down and 10 now from the 20-yard line. As we said, Leopards leading this one 30-0. 7:24 remaining in the third quarter. It looks like Bradley Hill has come back at tailback, but they're going to pass this one. It's hung up at about the 40-yard line. Corey Monroe makes a great play and knocks that one out of bounds.
Corey Monroe wasn't only there. Chase Thornton there. They had him deep, shallow. They had him covered, sandwiched, and Chase kind of backed up a little bit. Corey jumps up high and knocks the ball out of the receiver. Evidently, they've had some success with that play, Johnny, because that's about the third time they've tried to throw. This quarterback kind of comes back and just lobs a high ball up in and lets the receiver run under it.
Somewhat similar to that play we run with Kevin Bryant on an isolation. Twins to the near side for Arkadelphia, split left. Digman throws complete across the middle, and at the 32, Corey Monroe, I believe, upends him there. That's Kevin Bryant, excuse me, on the tackle.
It's first down for the Badgers here in the second half at 7:18 left in the third quarter. Nice little crossing route there, guys.
And Johnny, as a defensive back, that's one of those shots you dream of. There's a guy coming across the middle and just made that catch.
Yeah, it's just the one thing about it was just half a step late to keep him from getting that reception.
Twins to the near side once again. Digman gives to his big tailback, Bradley Hill. He's going to be brought down at about the 37-yard line.
I just want to mention one thing. One of our big dedicated listeners was put in the hospital a week and a half ago and suffered a heart attack. Henry McClure. He's been listening to every one of our ball games, and right now he's at Baptist Hospital recovering quite well, and we wish him well. And but he is one of the proud sponsors of one of these of this broadcast.
We wish Henry well.
Digman looking to throw across the middle, complete once again, and that is John Wayne Hughes, who's taken a couple of good shots but has held on to the football now.
It's that same crossing pattern across there. They found a little seam in there, and they're exploiting it right now. But I got a sneaky suspicion Golden and Scarborough is going to take care of that just pretty quick, guys.
Gain is to the 47-yard line, first down. Digman back up under center, looking to throw to the inside, picked up by Kyle Monroe at the 45, the 40-yard line, and will be run out of bounds at about the 38. The second turnover in a row by Arkadelphia.
Well, they went over there, Johnny. They pick on that same side. You pick on Kyle Monroe and Chase Thornton, and you keep going at them, and they're going to get burnt, and that's just exactly what happened.
Yeah, they went to the well one too many times. Whenever you try that slant pattern, it doesn't matter what receiver it is. Those D-backs are just watching the quarterback and reading his eyes, and before you know it, the free safety steps up, Kari Monroe, and picks it off for a good reception.
First down and 10 for the Leopards. The give to Biggs up the middle across the 30, inside the 20, brought down at about the 10-yard line. Biggs with his longest run of the night, and he's had some good ones, gentlemen.
I'll tell you, hey, Johnny, did you know Biggs was that fast?
He saw that goal line, and he wanted that 6 points under his name.
Boy, I tell you what, that's a great run, though. Paul Biggs really showed some nice speed there.
Very sneaky. The two linebackers were coming to the outside. He just ran right inside them for a huge gain.
Roberts up under center. The give this time to Morgan up the middle, inside the 10, inside the 5 now, and he's going to be brought down at about the 4-yard line. 5:20 remaining here in the third quarter. Leopards lead this one 30-0.
It's just grind it out, like you said before, Johnny. We don't expect the Leopards to throw the ball much, if any, in the rest of the ball game. Keep it on the ground, run the clock out, but we're having tremendous success because of the holes, and our backs are running hard.
Yeah, it makes a world of difference when everybody's clicking on the same cylinders.
Second down and 3 now for the Leopards. Ball at the 4-yard line. Flags go up before this play has a chance to develop. Got to go against Malvern. Procedure.
Got a procedure call against the Leopards. I didn't really pick up what it was, Johnny. I
missed it too, Ron.
It's a 5-yard penalty. That's what it is.
I say we're backed up to almost to the 10.
Yeah. Second and goal. No, wait, we can get a first and 10.
Yeah, the Leopards can get a first down just inside the 1. 4:37 remaining here in the third. Roberts takes a snap, gives to Morgan up the middle. He is met at the line of scrimmage. Maybe a short loss on the play. And it will be third down and 8.
You know what? I'm watching our offense, guys, and our offense looks like they're probably suffering a little bit more fatigue than our defense is, because fortunately, by golly, they've been out there longer, and that's why we've got 30 points on the ball up there on the scoreboard. But that offensive line's still doing an excellent job.
Roberts takes the snap, running the option now, cuts up inside, and he is going to be brought down for a loss back at the 13-yard line. It's going to be 4th down now for the Leopards.
Roberts made a very good move right there, a smart move. He thought about pitching the ball, but there was a couple men out there at the pitch men. Jace just turned it, tucked the ball back in, and didn't make any mistakes, and avoided what possibly could have been a turnover, because if he had to throw the ball back to the tailback, to the trailing back, that there wasn't any place for Cliff to go. Big 4th down, guys. Look out here at 11.
Finally, Myron crosses notice to the near side, but the Leopards are going to give it to Cliff Morgan, who is going to be brought down after a gain of about a yard. The Badgers will take over on downs at the 13-yard line, and I've got to think at this point the coaching staff is, as you said, Johnny, just going to keep things as conservative as possible the rest of the way.
Well, I mean, one thing, you know,
with a 30-point lead, you're in a situation that you're not going to try to embarrass somebody.
Yeah, you're not trying to run the score up, so there's no sense in really kicking a field goal. And we didn't look like if we're really going for 6, we'd probably passed. And we were trying to keep it conservative. And if that allowed us to go by them, we'd have scored. And, you know.
We haven't run that. We haven't drugged that tight end across the middle yet either, which was
Digman looking to pass now across the middle. This one is almost picked off. A couple of Leopards there had a chance. Number 9, Daniel Smith, along with Michael Smith, number 42, also had a chance at that one.
Yeah, Daniel's getting some work in here at a D-back. We're going to use Daniel next year. He's a 155-pound junior that Daniel probably is counted on to play a lot of ball for the Leopards back here next year.
30-0, 3:01 left here in the third quarter at Claude Mann Stadium. The Leopards looking to get their first victory on the field this year. We have a timeout, Arkadelphia. We're going to take a break here as well. We'll be back after this. We're back live at Claude Mann Stadium. The Leopards leading the Badgers 30-0. Badgers taking over at their 13-yard line. Or excuse me, this is 2nd down. Looking to throw is Digman. He throws this one deep, and it is caught at the 47-yard line. That's number 19.
I tell you what, Jonathan Black, a senior tight end linebacker, went up and that's that old high fade, whatever, and they've got a illegal receiver downfield, so that was going to come back. But that's that play they like so well, Johnny. They just lob it up in the air, and they caught that one, but the odds are not in their favor, though.
You know, it's just a thing whenever you lob it downfield, you got to almost have, you know, the receiver wide open before you can really consider it a great pass. But, you know, it's been kind of effective for them on a couple of plays, but our D-backs are playing, you know, on their backs and in the front of them to knock the ball down and get in great position on them.
Well, I'm sorry.
Well, no, I mean, I'm just.
Well, with a 30-point lead, too, you can take a little bit more of a cushion on those guys, drop your safeties a little bit deeper, and play that ball all night.
Well, Arkadelphia's in the hold here, guys. They're on the, 12-yard,
8-yard line.
8-yard line, 1st and 2nd and 15.
Digman pitches to Bradley Bradley Hill. Hill's brought at about the 20-yard line.
It was
nice big pickup there. He just got his pads over the football and was running forward and did a good job over our right side, over their left side.
3rd down and 4 now for Arkadelphia. Just over 2 minutes remaining here in the third quarter.
It's just Arkadelphia's big back. It just took the quick pitch to the left and found a hole and found a seam and gained probably about 12 yards.
Leopards can pull a stop here and maybe get the ball back.
Just inside of 2 minutes. Digman looking to throw. Throws the outside. That ball's hung up once again, and Damon Witherspoon on coverage, and he's going to draw a flag.
Yeah, and you just, you know, it's a call you cannot touch the receiver. You can't bump him once the ball's in the air.
Well, I'll tell you what, and that is very true. He did bump the receiver, but I think he read the ball being short. The receiver didn't. The receiver looked like he was running downfield. Damon was breaking back on the ball, and just instead of waiting. The receiver let him go through. He tried to run through him, and he got flagged for the penalty. It's just very unfortunate that you could tell that that DeMond was trying to do, and he got flagged for it, and he will get flagged for it again if it happens again.
First down and 10 now for Arkadelphia. Digman looking to throw once again. Pressure from Rodney Hughes. This time he gets it away, and the ball is...
Oh, a spearing. There it is.
It looks like it was picked off. We're also going to get a personal foul.
DeMond Witherspoon came back. Hey, you burned me. I'll take the ball back away from you. Now, I'm going to tell you something. I'm going to call John Wayne Hughes. That was just a deliberate spear. And I'm going to call him on it because, I mean, he went down head first into Witherspoon after Witherspoon was on the ground. Maybe a little frustration on the part of the Badgers, but...
And a personal foul is assessed against Arkadelphia. A penalty moves the ball back to Badger territory. It's spotted at the 45.
You know, that's just one of those unfortunate things. It's not called for it at all. Spearing, and especially when the guy was already on the ground, it's just unfortunate it happened.
First and 10 now for the Leopards. Roberts takes a snap, gives to Morgan up the middle. Morgan is going to be brought down at about the 41-yard line.
Nice move there by our tailback. Witherspoon's in there for Morgan this time. DeMond's getting a lot of action.
I guess they thought that since DeMond made that interception, he just start driving down the field with the ball.
And it'd be nice to let Morgan enjoy this victory a little bit. He's had a very rough year. And it looks like we're going to have a penalty along the line of scrimmage.
Yeah.
Arkadelphia lined up in the neutral zone there.
Yeah, their defensive end just got up there. He got over. He stood up on the line of scrimmage, and when he went down into his stance, he was close enough to he broke the plane, and it's a 5-yard penalty.
Second down and 2 now, maybe a yard and a half for the Leopards. LT Tobias brings the play in. And gentlemen, this isn't a position we've been in this year. Somewhat of a runaway victory and still an entire quarter to go.
Yeah, it's a good feeling.
Fumble on the snap. Roberts picks it up. He's going to be dropped at the line of scrimmage, and it will be third down and 2.
Yeah, I looked at some of the picks, and of course this one's not, all the hay's not in the barn, but we're 30-0 going into the fourth quarter here, and I think most people picked Arkadelphia over Malvern tonight. I
couldn't understand that, but that's what I read.
I couldn't either. So,
and the Leopards are going to let the clock run out. About 10 seconds left on the play clock. 15 seconds on the play clock. 5 on the game clock. And this is the end of the third quarter. The Leopards lead this one 30-0. We're going to take a break. We'll be back after this.
Orr's Furniture in Malvern is a proud sponsor of Leopard Football. We wish the best of luck this year to our new coach Eric Hart and his staff as they begin a new era in Malvern's long and celebrated football tradition. It takes hard work and a lot of teamwork to be a successful organization. Over the years, the Malvern Leopards have proven time and time again that they are up to the challenges that face them every Friday night. At Orr's Furniture in Malvern, we too do our best to make every customer that walks in our door feel welcome and confident that we can help them with any furniture or appliance need they have. We represent some of the most trusted names in the furniture industry: Lazy Boy, Bassett, Sealy, Flex Steel, Maytag, and Frigidaire, just to name a few. Our experienced sales staff is ready to help you select just the right piece you need, from a single table by your chair to a whole house full of quality home furnishings. And we'll deliver your selection free. We offer 6 months same as cash, or use the flexible monthly payment plans we offer. Once again, we are happy to bring you Leopard Football, and we hope to see you soon. Orr's Furniture, Main Street, Malvern, open Saturdays till 4.
It's fall, it's cool weather. Your mind thinks of a lot of things. Football, and maybe it's time for a new automobile or to trade that jalopy off. I'm here with Mr. Teeter Chevrolet Olds, and he's got some words for you.
Yes, sir. We've got the words and we've got the product. We've got probably over 500 units out here, and I'm looking at a sea of cars. I've got all kinds and creeds and colors of vehicles, all type of sport utilities. We have the high-dollar European cars, the Maximas, the Mazdas, the Lexus, just whatever you want in the high-dollar European cars, and the all-popular new Chevrolet. We've got them here at Teeter's. So come on out and shop us real soon. Remember, like I always say, the more we invest in our youth, the less we'll spend on prisons later.
Go to OT OTC to get where you want to be. A small college with big opportunities. Get the quality education you need. Affordable classes, convenience too. We bring out the best in you. Washita Technical College is the place to be.
Enroll today at Washita Technical College. You'll find instruction in a variety of high-demand fields, including Cisco, nursing, medical transcription, and others. You can also take your basics to transfer. Call us today, 337-5000. Get where you want to be at OTC. That's 337-5000.
Washita Technical College is the place to be.
The year is 1952.
Harry S. Truman is president. Gasoline is 11 cents a gallon, and Coca-Cola is still a nickel, and there are plenty of penny postcards laying around. Henry McClure and George McClure Sr. opened the doors to a new real estate business. Now, 50 years later, McClure Real Estate continues to serve the Malvern and the Hot Spring County area with the same dedication and professionalism of the founding fathers. The professionals at McClure Real Estate, Danny Regan, Nita Wingo, Beverly Hudson, Deanne Williams, Gene Dugan, Bob Jones, Frank McClure, and George McClure Jr. are here to help you with all your real estate needs. They're locally owned and locally operated for over 50 years right here in Malvern. That's McClure Real Estate, 332-2777, proud sponsors of Leopard Football.
Hi, this is Tony Warner from Malvern National Bank, a real community bank. We're working to make your banking as simple as possible. You can now bank from the comfort of your home on your PC with M&B Bank's Access Link. Transfer funds, check balances, pay all your bills through the optional bill pay service. No more checks to write, no more postage stamps to buy. We do it all. It's at www.mnbbank.com. It's just part of Malvern National's commitment to our customers. M&B Bank's a real community bank and proud to sponsor these Leopard football broadcasts.
We are back live at Claude Mann Stadium. The Leopards leading the Badgers of Arkadelphia 30-0.
That's right, 30-0. Leopards ahead of the Badgers.
Ball is spotted.
It's got a great sound to it.
At the 37-yard line. 3rd down and 2 for the Leopards. The give to Devon Witherspoon. Got the first down across the 30-yard line now. Nice pickup, about 7 yards on the run.
Tell you what, now there's a situation out there. We have a senior out there, Kevin Hare out there at the wide receiver. Cornerback comes over. Kevin just screens him off. You know, no holding, and it's a smart move by a seasoned player. And Kevin did a great job of letting Witherspoon pick up another 5, 6, 7 yards by just screening the corner off.
1st down and 10 now for the Leopards. Ball spotted at the 29-yard line. Kyle Norris comes split to the near side. The give up the middle. Eddie Callison this time on the carry, and he's going to be dropped after a gain of about 1 yard.
You know, guys, as hard as Eddie Callison runs at a little under 6 foot, 166 pounds, you know, if we can get 10, 15 pounds on him, he loves contact, he likes to block, and he'll be an excellent fullback for us next year.
Myron Cross and L.T. Tobias now the wideouts for the Leopards. 11:18 left here in the 4th. Roberts gives the hard count, and a couple of Badgers jump across the line of scrimmage. And that will be 5 yards against the Badgers.
You know, Johnny, we've watched, and as your perspective from an old quarterback, we've watched Jace Roberts really grow up and mature as a quarterback this year. Like I said, he's got the green light to make the changes at the line of scrimmage. He's changed some cuts, but it's definitely his team, and we knew it was his team when he went down to the Hot Springs game. And when he came back, and we've played well since, and it's nice. You know, Jace has just matured as a quarterback all through this.
Roberts giving to his tailback Witherspoon. He's going to be brought down after a slight gain, maybe actually no gain on the play.
And to comment on what you're just talking about, Ron, that you know you could tell that he is one of the leaders out on the offensive side, and and it takes his leadership or that position's leadership to make this offense click.
Well, it's a situation like you talked at your senior year. You know what it's like to have a ball club come together, as a quarterback your senior year, and Jace is just a junior, so you've kind of been there, done that.
Right. Simmons in motion. The pitch to Witherspoon is going to be brought down near the 15-yard line.
Tell you what, Spoon ducked that head down and got on just hard guts and determination on that. He had plenty of blocking out there in front of him, but it kind of they got busy and took care of the defensive play, and there was still a safety looked like come back. Spoon just ducked his head and went right into him.
That was pure speed and getting to the corner, and it looked like a lot of white shirts coming to tackle him, and he turned the corner for a good gain of about 7 yards.
10:01 left, 30-0. The Leopards ahead of the Badgers. Timeout. We'll be back after this.
And we return now to Claude Mann Stadium. 10 minutes and 1 second remaining in the game. The Leopards ahead 30-0. First down and 10 as Roberts turns and gives to Eddie Callison. Callison going to be brought down near the line of scrimmage.
Callison just ran into a bunch of Badgers right there. There's about 4 or 5 of them, and there just wasn't any place for Eddie to go.
The one thing about it on that kind of play, whenever the quarterback hands to the fullback and rides him into the line to give him the ball, the tailback and the quarterback has to sell the play that they're going outside to sneak that fullback in. And nothing to degrade what our offense is doing, but Damon and Jace did not sell the option.
Well, we had two things happen there. The Leopards called timeout, and the flag went up on the other side of the football. I don't know if the Leopards they're going to wave the flag off now.
Evidently, Roberts called a quick timeout. There's something he didn't like, and he's called timeout as the back judge threw that yellow hanky out of his hip pocket. So we don't know what the call was because the flag was waved off.
And we're going to stay with this one as well. And gentlemen, been a fun game to call tonight.
I tell you what, I'm very optimistic. I think we're going to have a lot of these games to call, as this coaching staff and as this football team comes together as the Hart era really, gets underway, and it's a stable coaching staff. It's a coaching staff, guys. We can look down there on the sideline, and the only way we might lose a coach might be to a head job here or there, whatever, but I'm looking at these coaches, and they're, these guys bleed Malvern orange, these assistant coaches and these head coaches, and I think it's a coaching staff that'll be in place for a while.
Well, there are many years of Malvern experience that is still out there. He even coming with Coach Hart, he has over 10 years of Malvern experience. Darrell Baker's got over 20 years of Malvern experience, and it goes on down the road. So they know what it's like to be a Malvern Leopard.
Second down and 11 now from the 15-yard line. They give to Witherspoon once again, and he's going to be dropped near the 15. Maybe a slight gain on the play. Third down now for the Leopards, and they're keeping it ultra conservative and basically running between the tackles at this point.
Yeah, it's just a situation that, you're not going to rub the Hart. It's just like Coach Alpy and you're not going to rub anybody's face in anything, and this is a situation that we'll keep it between the tackles, and if we can score 5, and if not, we'll let them have the ball. Big old Ethan Boyer goes out there, a 130-pound 10th grader on the wide out.
And Roberts has to take a timeout again as there were several personnel changes. We're going to take a break as well. We'll be back in just a moment. The Leopards lead 30-0. And we are back live at Claude Mann Stadium. Roberts back under center for the Leopards. Turns and pitches this one to Witherspoon. Witherspoon going to be brought down near the 10-yard line, well shy of the first down.
Yeah, there's a lot of Leopards out there with clean shirts and clean pants on, and a lot of these young pups are getting a chance to get out here on the field and get some experience, Johnny. And it's nice to get in it. 8 minutes and 20 seconds left in the fourth quarter, and we're running our second, third teamers out there.
Yeah, these guys have just worked just as hard as any of the starters all throughout the year, helping the starters get prepared for these games, and they deserve to be out there.
The give up the middle to Eddie Callison. Callison Going to pick up a couple yards. He'll be well shy of the first down, and Arkadelphia will take over on downs.
I noticed
we have a flag on the play, a late flag. Got to think this has got to be some type of personal foul.
Some of the young kids we out there, we see Timmy Callison, a 10th grader. We see Josh Floriani, a 10th grader, and the aforementioned Ethan Boyer's out there. It's nice to see some of these kids out there. It gives them something when they hit that weight room in a week or so, Johnny and Michael. It gives them something, to look back on. That, hey, I've been out there, I've done that, and I've played some.
And the penalty is going to go against the Leopards, and we'll move the ball out to about the 24-yard line. I believe it was a personal foul against the Leopards, either a little bit of a late hit or maybe some excessive celebrations going on at this time. 8:03 left here in the ball game. Leopards leading the Arkadelphia Badgers 30-0.
Munzel Davis comes sprinting in late.
Movement all along the line, and Brandon Bradford pointing at the offensive lineman, and I believe he is correct, as there was some movement there at right tackle.
Brandon's beating a big old number 58, Brandon Robertson, a tackle. 5'10", 330 pounds, and I'm going to tell you something. Brandon Robertson's a load over there.
Penalty moves the ball back to the 19-yard line, where it's first down and 15 now. Digman still at quarterback for the Badgers. He has a twin set to the far side, split left. Arkadelphia moving from our right to left to give to the fullback. And he is going to be brought down at the 23.
Guys, some of our other sponsors, Summit Bank and U.S. Bank, have spent some money tonight. Summit Bank gives $25 each time the Leopards score a touchdown, and we have scored 4 touchdowns.
Yes.
And we've had a couple of turnovers, at least a couple of turnovers from U.S. Bank. So the coffers of the Leopard Booster Club have picked up a little extra change tonight, thanks to Summit Bank and thanks to U.S. Bank.
We always like to get in their bank and get a little money out of them every once in a while.
We got to get them, and I'm going to tell you something. There's nobody in Malvern wants to get any more Don Tackett's money than Coach Hart does at $25 a touchdown, or over at U.S. Bank at $25 a turnover.
We've got a Badger down on the field who's receiving a little bit of attention. We're going to take a break. We'll be back after this. And we hate to interrupt Mr. Teeter, but we are back live as Digman's looking to pass, scrambling to his left. Going to throw this one complete out across the 40-yard line. Tackle made at the 48. That one was complete to number 49, Lance Freeman.
Yeah, Freeman had time right there. Digman was kind of scrambling around. He almost got sacked, real close to getting sacked by that defensive line of yours again, Johnny. But he caught Lance Freeman in that DMZ, that zone there where there wasn't anybody around, and completed a nice gainer to him.
He threaded. He took his time and let the receiver get behind the D-back, and he hit it in the soft zone for a big game for Arkadelphia.
Twin set to the far side now for Arkadelphia as Digman steps under center, looking to throw to his left. Pass is incomplete. Big hit there by Sean Williams as he and Jonathan Black met head up.
Sean hit him, and I'm going to tell you something. Jonathan Black didn't like it, and he put him down, and the referee got between him and saved Mr. Black a flag, because he put him back in the Arkadelphia huddle rather than throw a flag at him for Malvern. But I'm going to tell you something. Sean Williams nailed him.
And Sean could take a quick break. Coach Hart wants to make sure we don't have any problems out on the field. As we said, Jonathan Black was not real happy with the hit. Digman looking to throw now, rolling to his right. Pass is incomplete and out of bounds. It's going to be third down and 10 now for the Badgers.
I tell you what, old Byron Hunter's in chase over there, trying to run him down with Rodney Hughes. Hughes has spent as much time in their backfield as their fullback has. Rodney's just, again, played an excellent game, guys.
He just has that instinct to search and destroy those quarterbacks. And he knows when it's going to be a running play, and it seems knows when the quarterback's going to be rolling out, and he contains well on his side, too.
Third down and 10 now. Badgers at their own 47. Digman looking to throw. Got pressure now up the middle. Being chased to the outside. A little bit of running room. He's going to get the first down across the 40 and run out of bounds. Gain is to the Malvern 39-yard line.
I was the one that they'd ran deep patterns, ran our corners and our safeties deep, and Digman got right on the outside and showed some speed and had some room to run once he got outside out on the outside, guys.
6:34 remaining in the ball game. Leopards lead 30-0.
The nice thing about that play, though, is Michael that we had coverage. He had nobody to throw the ball to because his receivers were covered.
Digman looking to his right, throws, and it is incomplete. Will be 2nd down and 10 now for the Badgers.
Number 41, Justin Clegg, got a little pressure on the quarterback and made him rush the throw, and he threw it behind the receiver and was unable to come up and make the play. So Justin Clegg, he great play.
Another one of your defensive linemen in there. Your defensive linemen, your Southern States stars of the game, are really playing well, Johnny.
That's right. They're stepping up tonight.
Hard count by Arkadelphia. It pulls Malvern all sides, and penalty will move the ball to the 33-yard line, where it will be 2nd down and 5.
We got some young pups in there too. Jonathan Kiesler, 180-pound sophomore, in there seeing his first action tonight. And like you said, the aforementioned Justin Clegg, Philip Davis is in there, and we got some young Leopards in there fighting these Badgers off.
Good to get them in there to mix it up a little bit.
Oh, this is invaluable experience for them to mix it up. Wow, look at that one.
Handoff up the middle, stopped quickly by the Leopards. Several Leopards combining on the play, including Philip Davis that we just mentioned.
Philip Davis is, he's probably 250-pound sophomore now, and showed some quickness across there. And when Philip got a hold of him, he wasn't going anywhere, Johnny.
They're just swarming to the ball. It doesn't matter. That's part of your spirits are high tonight. You're winning. You're giving each other high fives. You're backing up each player, and whenever that happens, it spills over to the second team and the third team, and you can tell that these guys that are out there right now are playing with a lot of heart.
Guys, at halftime, I had a chance to take a break and go down the stands and coming back up in the stands, and I saw Becky Hart, Coach Hart's wife, and it was a nice smile. It was a nice, easy, big, ear-to-ear smile that Becky had, and all the coaches' wives, all of the parents, and everybody has got to be happy with this. Not only the win here that looks like we're going to go ahead and secure, but the way this football team has played and the way these kids have really performed tonight.
Well, I'm sure that it's, like I said, it's been a season of frustration for the Leopards this year, and to at least end on a good note like this is something that's going to be invaluable for this program going into the offseason.
And you can end on a good note, and you can end on a good note with an exclamation mark, and that's what we're putting on this thing now.
The Badgers coming up to the line of scrimmage, Digman looking to throw. It is complete. Nice catch there. Trying to pick up the young man's number, as he was very well covered. It was a good throw and catch.
It was either Clint Allman or Brad Hill. Was it Clint Allman, sophomore, number 34, wide receiver, 5'9", sophomore receiver, Clint Allman. Nice play, nice pass by Digman. It went across the middle, and Allman right there hit him right on the numbers.
Pass gets the Badgers down to the 24-yard line, where it's 1st down and 10. 5:30 remaining. Leopards leading 30-0. Digman looking to throw once again, going for the corner. It is incomplete. There is a flag down on the play. I have to assume this one's going to be defensive pass interference.
Called defensive holding. Okay. It's the same route and the same coverage that we've seen right here under us all night long, and a different official sees it a different way, I guess.
The defensive penalty. They say he pushed him, but it looked more like a face shielding, but there's not a face shielding penalty in high school football.
It's true.
And I don't even think Kevin Harry even touched him.
Penalty moves the ball down to the 12-yard line. It's first down and 10. The give up the middle to Bradley Hill.
Bradley Hill's come in and done an excellent job when their starting tailback, number 29, was carried off. Dominic Block, another sophomore tailback, 5'7", 160 pounds. But I'm gonna tell you something. They don't lose anything when this young man, number 33, comes in.
Clock still running, 4:48.
And if you just tuned in, it's Malvern 30, Arkadelphia 0.
Digman gives to his tailback, Bradley Hill once again. Not much yardage there.
You know, once again, we get to call that sophomore, Philip Davis, right there with the initial hit. And old Byron Hunter there just always hanging around. And 26, you cannot look up and find an Arkadelphia player with the ball that Rodney Hughes is not around there, in on the play, right there with it. He's just played excellent football tonight.
Gain was to the Malvern 9. We have a different tailback in now.
25.
Digman looking to throw. It is incomplete. And they lined up Bradley Hill in a different spot there, tried to throw it to him. It's incomplete. Fourth down now for the Badgers at the Leopard 9-yard line. Just over 4 minutes remaining in the game.
I tell you what, one of the things that these kids will remember probably next week, they'll go, you know, as bad as we beat Arkadelphia, what if we play like this the whole season?
All year
I
long.
was waiting on somebody else to say it, guys.
Digman looking to pass. Throws, and it is incomplete.
Oh, I tell you what, Daniel Smith came across there and broke that play up. The receiver had the ball in his hands, and Daniel Smith just hit him and knocked it out of his hands.
And Daniel enjoyed that play thoroughly.
Yes, he did. We got a situation that we may have got by with one there, guys. I know the coaching staff's going to look that on film, and I think, you know, we may have got by with, it wasn't taunting, but it was, you can't say anything to those offensive players.
3:57 remaining now. The Leopards take over on downs at their own 9-yard line. Jace Roberts still at quarterback. Damon Witherspoon lined up at tailback. The give to Witherspoon up the middle. He's hit quickly and probably lost a yard there. But the clock keeps rolling. 3:48 now.
What's the score?
You just like hearing that, don't you, Ron? 30-0, the Leopards leading the Badgers. And if you're going to pick up one win a year, it might as well be against a rival. And Arkadelphia has certainly been a great rivalry with Malvern.
Long time, lot of battles. I'll tell you what, I've seen many of them, and I've heard about even more of them. The old long-time rivalry between the Leopards and the Badgers. Yeah, go ahead.
Receivers at either side now for Roberts. He pitches to Witherspoon to the near side, and Witherspoon had no chances as the Badgers overloaded that left side, and Witherspoon's going to be dropped for a big loss inside the Malvern 5-yard line.
You know, you're talking earlier, Johnny, on that what if. I'm sitting back here thinking about some ball games in particular that got away from us. The Hope ball game got away from us. Of course, the Fair game, we went up there flat, and that ended up a win, but, you know, due to unfortunate, but golly, you know, we played well against Magnolia, and there's just some ball games that we could have won with this kind of effort, and everything clicked, though, guys. That's a big thing right there.
To give to Witherspoon. Got some running room out across the 10-yard line, and he's going to be drugged down at about the 13, well shy of the first down.
Well, the one thing, Ron, you know, you get back that everything is really gone right for Malvern tonight. We've got big turnovers. We've created turnovers. We've stopped them in big plays. We've made first downs. We've overcome first downs. We've made big plays on offense ourselves. We've made long touchdown passes. You know, you name it, and a lot of things have gone right for the Leopards tonight. to cause a 30-0 victory.
You know, and what's happened, I think, Johnny and Michael, and what do you think? It looks to me like the offense has finally caught up with the defense, guys.
They sure have tonight, definitely, in which, you know, we have struggled on offense all year long to produce first downs or overcome long third down situations or overcome a penalty. And it's just unfortunate it's the last game of the year.
Yeah, and we're in a situation, I'm going back, that, you know, Lakeside only scores 10 points on us. Magnolia scores 27. And you can go back further than that. The Hot Springs game was winnable. It was a winnable ball game till Roberts, you know, goes down with a concussion on the late hit. And it's one of these situations that we can sit here and what if all we want to, but this is just a great way to end it.
It's not just us saying what if, Ron. It's going to be these players, you know, a couple of months from now. What if we did this? You know, what if?
Yeah, you're looking at 6 and 5, 6 and 4 instead of 2 and 8, and that's you know, it's just real easy.
Leopards have the punt as it is 4th down and 7. Ball is going to be down actually inside the Malvern 30-yard line at about the 29. And Ron, dovetailing off of what you guys were talking about, and probably where I would differ, I think the effort has been there all year long. It's been execution has been the difference tonight in my eyes.
Good point.
You know, it seems like this team's never really given up, but they just haven't done the things to win ball games. Haven't made their own breaks up to this game.
You know, there's really no stupid penalties, offensively or defensively, and you're right. We haven't shot ourselves in the foot the way we had it previously.
Digman looking to throw, rolls right, shooting for the end zone, and that's going to be offensive pass interference. It looks like Kevin Hare had a good shot at catching that ball.
And Kevin Cawley for the Arkadelphia Badgers. Cawley doesn't do offensive interference. It's another interception by the Leopards.
I tell you what, Justin Clegg was in the backfield that time, putting a little pressure on the quarterback, and the quarterback had to do a little scrambling before he stepped up and chunked it to the corner of the around the 1 yard line. And Kevin Hare, he would look like he was about to pick it off, and until the D-back, or the offense, turned into the D-back and pushed him.
Boy, it's nice, you know, like I say, see these young guys out here. John Bailey's out there, 177-pound linebacker, and yet another 10th grader. These 10th graders getting some battle testing now, guys.
Digman looking to throw now, being chased. Throws to the right sideline, the far sideline, and that ball is incomplete.
Guys, I would tell you something. Jonathan Kiesler, yet another 10th grader, 180-pound defensive lineman. Yeah, Mark. Anyway, it's good to see these 10th graders really putting out some effort. Not only that, guys, we've got some 10th graders that's got some size.
It's several guys now. Kobe Applewhite in the game playing corner.
And Daniel Smith is back at a safety.
Digman looking to throw, looking to his left side. It is a screen pass complete across the 40. Across the 35-yard line. Adam Cordell can't quite get him down. Tackle made at the 25. Several Leopards involved there. Number 42, Michael Smith, and number 54, John Bailey. We're getting the bulk of the action there.
We're about 50 seconds away from putting this one in the win column, and in the last 2 days, the Leopards have picked up 2 wins, boys, and that's kind of hard to do.
That's pretty quick.
That's quick.
Doesn't happen very often in 4A football.
Or 3A, or
even 5A.
High school football.
30 seconds left. Digman looking to throw, got pressure. Throws across the middle, and this could be a touchdown, Arkadelphia, as they get on the scoreboard with 24.5 seconds left.
Got behind our safeties that time and turned our safety around, and that's a learning experience for a young man, and Arkadelphia kept firing, they wouldn't give up, and they're going to get a touchdown out of it.
Yeah, our young D-back, he just got spun around and lost track of where the ball was at, and the quarterback just heaved it to the post route. and let him get behind him. And
I don't see a lot of disappointment on the side of the Leopard coaching staff down here. We had with our 2s and 3s in there and giving those kids some experience.
Digman rolling right, looking to pass. Throws incomplete. The 2-point conversion is unsuccessful. So with 24.5 seconds left in the game, the Leopards lead 30-6.
I don't know. You suspect an onside kick here from Arkadelphia, or just a...
I doubt it. To me, that runs into, you look at the team that's ahead at that point and you say, well, don't pass or don't try to run it up.
Yeah.
At this point, if you're Arkadelphia, go ahead and kick it away. The fat lady is not only warmed up, she's on the podium and she's got the mic in hand.
Waiting for that high E. I tell you, it's been fun, guys. It'll be interesting to see how this Leopard football team progresses, through the off season and through the next 10, 11, I guess 9.5, 10 months. It's good to see the young kids out there. We got some young kids out here on the kickoff team, looks like, too.
The celebration, the high fives going on the Malvern sideline.
25.
The seniors will go out winning their last ball game as a Malvern Leopard.
24.5 seconds left on a 30-6 Malvern lead.
And Arkadelphia preparing to kick off. Low squibber going to be down at the 33-yard line, and Malvern most likely will take a knee and run this one out.
I just sit there and send Jace out. Take a knee, put this one over in the right-hand column, and be happy with it. That's a W over in the right-hand column. Johnny gave me one of those perplexed looks.
Josh Floriani going out on the offensive line.
Usually 0-1 means...
It's the other right-hand column.
And you can see the pride now in Rodney Hughes as he holds up his helmet. In celebration, and gentlemen, I see the water bucket being prepared.
Well, I'll tell you what, on the cold...
And here he goes. Coach Hart is now ice cold on the Malvern sideline. Once again, the Leopards win tonight 30-6 over Arkadelphia to end the season.